Christwood here, December 20th, 2021, 2 p.m. This is done. I've been saying this for the last few days, but congratulations, this really is fucking done. Exactly 1 year after you murdered my mother, Spencer Mills. 1 year after you murdered my mother. Spencer Mills, 14716, Ontario, Lennox and Addington Provincial Police, Staff Sergeant, Chief now gone, Stacey, a mental health worker, Shelley Huffington, Shannon Cork, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas, your crime cover-up doctors, Tatiana, and your boss, your boyfriend, your inmate, your tech-using executioner, the delusional cocksucker, William Wooldridge, now using a new name, lives at 149 Center Street North, so congratulations, Spencer Mills. Congratulations, everybody else involved. You're getting away with my mother's homicide. You're getting away with injuring, torturing me, getting me medically blacklisted, then getting me charged through a bunch of bullshit lies to get my prints and my picture and everything else. You already have my blood and my piss compliments of kidnapping me through Shelley Huffington's lies back in May 27th. Medical blacklisting, discrimination, lies, time buying, cover-ups, arrest refusals, using your junkies, stalking, putting William Wooldridge's prisoner tracking on me, giving him remote neuromonitoring to broadcast through me 24/7, knowing that he is in a permanent meth psychosis, knowing how fucking delusional he is. This works perfect for you, doesn't it, Spencer Mills, for your revenge retaliation for me speaking of police crimes? This has been going on since August of 2019. After I went to see Stacey, who is now gone, for somebody else, for help for somebody else, I walked in, her first words, "I know you." Like, fuck you, dude. I've never had association with mental health for any dealings like that with her. 100% fucking lie. And then the next day, Spencer Mills shows up to pretty much threaten me, intimidate me about the Morning Star mission. It had nothing to do with drugs. He's a drug cop, but he's involved with Stacey. They're human traffickers. They're sex offenders. They're drug traffickers. How Spencer Mills and the rest of them are getting away with it is they are pre-criminalizing their victims. They're using the poor, the homeless, the elderly, disabled, the ones that they know that they can easily label. He's pre-criminalizing his victims, and then he's using his position, he's using his lies, his false guise of law, his badge, to commit crimes, and boom, nobody is any wiser. They think it's a crime. Meanwhile, it is a crime, but it is against the person, not the person that has actually committed a crime, but the crime that's being committed against the person. Compliments of Spencer Mills, compliments of these doctors using their credentials to be above suspicion and using them to get away with the lies that they know that they can cast. You kidnap people for fucking 24 hours after asking for help, with lawsuits against you, with arresting and charging against you. You put William Billy Wooldridge's prisoner tracking on me, you motherfuckers. This is how I am being stalked. This is how I am going to be framed as William Wooldridge, plus the remote neuromonitoring. He's an inmate escapee. He's Spencer Mills' boyfriend. He is the boss to Staff Sergeant and co-offender sodomizer. He is a child stalker for the chief now gone and co-pedophile. He is the boss to foot soldier Shannon Cork, co-drug trafficker with Robert Kane. Blair Hardy, and Spencer Mills 14716. They're using junkies, they're using their lies, their badges, their positions, they're lobotomizing their victims using MK Ultra, using Clearview AI. When I'm doing this right now, I'm getting clicking in my left ear every time I fucking talk like I'm being recorded. I have remote neural monitoring on me, so everything I do and say and see, they hear and do it. They know. They know I'm doing this. That line on my head is where my skull has been split. It's been done from the inside, and it can all be medically proven. If I wasn't blacklisted, I would have these injuries being done to me and my skull swelling and deforming. I would go to the hospital. I would tell them about it, and they were labeling it as just me with a headache. I was either not being seen, or if I was being seen, I was not being taken serious. I was being called names. I was being belittled. I was being treated like garbage in hopes that I would leave so they could turn it around and make it look like I was the one. And that was not the case. I am almost 50 years old, and I'm not going to put up with being called a retard. I am not going to be put up with showing them, going to them for help from being sodomized and them laughing about it because it's been done to me by cops, and I'm a man. They think it's funny, the skull swelling. They think it's obvious, no pun intended, but a person needs a shrink when that happens. This is the fucking kind of garbage that works there, that needs arresting, that needs jail, along with Spencer Mills, along with Staff Sergeant, the chief now gone, STACEY, mental health worker, SHELLEY Huffington, who has to answer for her lies for her kidnapping, along with Blair Hardy, Robert Kane, Robert Lucas. They're all involved right here in Napanee, and you're trying to fucking pre-criminalize me to get away with the crimes that you're getting away with, obviously. You're using fucking MK Ultra. I am now surveillance for Spencer Mills. He can see my fucking dick anytime he wants. He can see me pissing shit. He sees me doing this. He knows I'm doing this. My brain has been split. My skull's been split. I've been severely, seriously fucking injured, and it can be proven. I did not have these injuries prior to this happening. No neurological problems, no psychological problems, no psychological history with me. I've been accused of being in and out of mental institutions and hospitals and psychiatrists and everything else. Never in my life have I been in them places, or that was a bunch of bullshit lie cast against me. I was lies stating that I have a long criminal history and record, which is bullshit. And no criminal history. 50 years without it until the rest of them co-conspired to give me a bullshit charge based on fucking lies, that needs to be proven. It needs to be proven by these people. They expect me to fucking plead guilty to something I'm not guilty of. That's where I'm getting the shocking, the clicking in my ears, but that's where I'm getting the burning, and then my head fills up with something to deform me. This is how I'm having all these different facial deformities, plus everybody using remote neuro monitoring on me, all the fucking junkies it's being passed around to and using it. There's an ALLIE that uses it. She lives on Bridge Street. There's a Blair Hardy that uses it. There's William Wooldridge that uses it on me. There's a bucktooth Bob that uses it on me. There's two-step that uses it on me. I know when the fucking cocksucker is broadcasting through me. I know everybody involved, and I can tell their faces, and I can tell when I'm being fucking ahead with the shit being used on me. And no, this is not schizophrenia. This is not multiple personalities. This is me, one person, with having dangerous fucking tech used on me by a bunch of psychotic, junky, garbage pieces of shit to do this to me, to mentally fuck me up, to try to discredit me, to hopefully, which eventually is going to be framing me as Wooldridge, and to murder me. And they're getting away with my mother's homicide 1 year ago. So you're using this fucking tech, you're using junkies, you're using badges, you're using doctors, lies, time buying, arrest refusals, kidnapping, and everything else you have to do to get away with the crimes that you are committing to get out of it. You're one big circle of cover-ups between everybody. The cops here, the doctors, and the junkie inmates that you're using to commit these crimes. I'm going to be framed as him. And like I said, Spencer Mills has access to everything. My pictures, my prints, my blood, my piss, my signature. All for framing, and it's not above or below him. Stalking, kidnapping, sodomy, injuring, torturing, medical blacklisting. I'm how people are disappearing illegally. I'm how the murdered and missing are happening. I am how people are being human trafficked, and they're using fucking the system and their lies and badges to do it, so nobody's any wiser of the crimes that are taking place from these people. So be prepared of this. Watch yourselves, watch your children and your parents. They have no problem murdering elderly. They steal the children for sex assaults, while they're murdering, injuring, and torturing and everything else, and conveniently getting away with it. Christ would, love all, hate none. William Wooldridge, 149 Center Street, identity thief. Even though you're using a new name, compliments of Stacey helping you change it. Part of your identity theft in this framing on me is you using the remote neuromonitoring, so I read as you. His prisoner tracking, so I have that on me as well. Well, he's conveniently untouchable, unarrestable, to the point where they will surround with hands-on guns to prevent it, along with themselves and doctors too, everybody involved. Or 24 hours after asking for help with lawsuits and arresting and charging with these cops and doctors and everyone involved, they will just kidnap you to shut you up. Christ would, love all, hate none.